Today we ask the question, what if Hollywood was in South Carolina? Welcome to another episode of Here's Something Interesting. I'm standing in North Augusta, South Carolina at the former site of the Hampton Terrace Hotel. The hotel sat right behind me in this lot where this current house sits. Now, the hotel finished construction in 1903 at a cost of $536,000. In today's terms, that'd be over $14 million. At the time, it was a huge investment and a huge undertaking. It was 5 stories tall, it had 300 rooms, all wood construction. The length of it was over 2 football fields long. James U. Jackson was the person who was behind the construction of this hotel, and he was doing it because this small town in the southeast was actually a huge resort town. At the time, this was one of the biggest resort cities in the entire country. After it was built, people like John D. Rockefeller and President Howard Taft were all coming down here to the southeast because they wanted to stay at the hotel, they wanted to play on the golf course, they wanted to visit. Now, around the same time in the early 1900s, the movie industry was getting ready to leave New York. They wanted to go somewhere different, and they were considering both North Augusta as well as Hollywood. Now, both had similar type of weather environments, being mild winters, so they were able to film outdoors all year round, which is a huge advantage. And actually, North Augusta, obviously, from a geographic perspective, was closer to New York, and it was just a short train ride away. But in the end, Hollywood won out for a number of reasons, some of them being that the local developers, as well as the local residents, weren't too keen on having the movie industry come here. They were worried what it would do to their local resort town and the local economy. Not that long after the movie industry moved over to Hollywood, on the New Year's Eve of 1916, there was a fire. The Hampton Terrace Hotel caught fire on the 3rd floor due to an electrical issue. Within 5 hours, the entire thing burned to the ground. 100%, everything was gone. Now, James U. Jackson wanted to rebuild shortly thereafter, but he had trouble getting funding because we were at the beginning of World War I and capital was not easy to come by. And as we come towards New Year's Eve, 2016, we're at the 100-year anniversary of when this hotel burned down. And it makes me wonder, what would this city here in the southeast look like if the hotel hadn't burned down? We now have tens of thousands of residents living here, and at this property where the hotel used to be, there are thousands of homes. Would this still be a resort town if it never burned down? And what if the movie industry actually picked South Carolina instead of Hollywood, California to take up residence? Makes you wonder. There's a lot of what ifs in history that we just don't have the answers to, but it makes me think and I find it interesting. Thank you for watching, and stay curious.